All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this video, man, I'm going to hit you guys with some real hard truth about the Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez fight and the fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Jake Paul, and why boxing insiders are really, truly mad about one fight versus the other. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this video, we're going to be talking about fights in the 168-pound division, and also a fight that is going to be an exhibition between a 135-pounder and a cruiserweight, and how boxing is being turned on its head by these two fights. And by turned on its head, I mean one fight, which is a real fight, is going to lose gigantic sums of money by any and all estimates that I could figure, and one fight that is going to be tremendously, tremendously profitable. The only problem is that the real fight is the one that's going to lose money, and the fight that's the exhibition is the one that is going to actually be profitable. Now, before I get into the details, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you guys so much. It really makes a difference. Now, look, man, boxing has a business aspect to it, and that is what I'm going to discuss in this video. I am not going to talk about which fight is a better fight competitively, what fight means the most for the legacies of the fighters involved. All I'm going to talk is straight dollars and cents, the thing that keeps businesses going, the things that keep sports going. If sports don't make money, sports go by the wayside. That is how it works in capitalism. So, what is the problem here? If you look at Turkey Al-Sheikh and the fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, and you just go off the reports that have been put out there in public, that Terence Crawford is going to be making between $10 million and $50 million, and that Canelo Alvarez is going to be making upwards of $100 million. Also, there is money that had to be paid out to the Allegiant Stadium where the Raiders play and the fight will be hosted, in the sum of $1.5 million. Also, it has been reported that in order for the fight to be aired on Netflix, that Turkey Al-Sheikh had to pay Netflix a fee for the use of their platform. Let's do just some real fast back of the napkin math. And by back of the napkin math, I mean unofficial math, but just, as close as we can get to it with estimates. Shout out to my guy, Angry Man Sports Podcast. Shout out to y'all. Hope you guys are doing well. Look, man, that is, let's say $200 million, close to $200 million in costs right there. My understanding is, and this could be wrong or not, they had to pay a lot of money to get that fight put on Netflix. Around $10 million is what I'm told. There you have $10 million plus $150 million in fight fees just to Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Then you have to talk about how much it's going to cost to actually get Allegiant Stadium on top of the $1.5 million they had to pay to the University of Nevada, UNLV Rebels, to move their football game. Now, that's a lot of cost. On the other side of that, you have what money they're going to bring in. This fight is not pay-per-view on Netflix. It's free to watch. So there is no revenue coming in from there. The only source of revenue that I could see are ticket sales, and that gate is not going to be over $10 million because it is a stadium. It is not an arena, so the ticket prices are not going to be ridiculously high. They're going to be reasonable. At the end of the day, that fight is going to cost a lot of money to put on. That's all it's going to be. And there's no way that that fight is going to turn a profit that I can see. Now, the only way it's going to be profitable to Terence Crawford, it'll be profitable to Canelo Alvarez, it'll be profitable to UNLV, it'll be profitable to the stadium. But all in all, Turkey Al-Sheikh and whoever it is of the financial backers of that fight are going to lose their shirt. On the other side of it, you have Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul, who are being, my understanding is, paid by Netflix to put the fight on Netflix. And in fact, Jake Paul and Netflix wanted to air the Canelo Alvarez fight, which is why Netflix was not particularly receptive to Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford, because they thought that the bigger fight, and reasonably thought that the bigger fight would be Canelo Alvarez and Jake Paul. So Jake Paul doesn't get Canelo, Jake Paul gets Gervonta. When they put this fight on in Atlanta, the gate I predict is going to be somewhere around $7 million, $8 million for the gate in Atlanta, because the ticket prices are going to be sky high and they're going to sell for sure. So on one hand, you have a fight that is guaranteed to lose money, and you have another fight that is guaranteed to make money. Only problem again is that the fight that is supposed to be the attraction is going to be the one that's losing money. This is a terrible, terrible look for boxing. But it is not, in my opinion, an indictment on Jake Paul or Gervonta Davis. Do you know why? Because Jake Paul has already put on several boxing events that have done terrific things in the sport of boxing. And Gervonta Davis has been a champion for a long time and has put on a lot of fights that have caused people to be very excited about him and want to see him fight. He actually brings fights and fight fans to the sport. So ultimately, it is the Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis fight that is actually the best for boxing. And it is a sad thing when it's actually best for boxing that it be an exhibition sideshow than a fight that is being shoved down people's throats for the ego of a certain person. Because no businessman is going to go into business trying to shove a fight like this down somebody's throat and claim it's the greatest, despite the fact that they cannot generate enough interest in it to turn a profit. Anyway, that is my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comments section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.